Hey everyone, Complex back with another video, and today we're back to Warframe, and we're specifically talking about the Murex Raid that has launched with Operation Scarlet Spear. So I wanted to walk you through everything that you are going to need to know in order to complete it. So when you first load into Warframe, after the update, you might get a message from Little Duck letting you know about Scarlet Spear and also letting you know that they need to talk to you on the flotilla. So what you're going to want to do after you listen to the message and you're ready to go is head on over to your navigation and head on over to Earth, and you should see that there is a spot for Scarlet Spear, and then pick whatever instance you'd like. And then once you arrive, you want to head directly on over to Little Duck and have a chat with them. Once you finish the chat, you're going to want to hit the trade option and then purchase yourself an op link for 1,000 credits. And now the nice thing is the op link does get auto added to your gear wheel, so you don't need to worry about that. Now once you've completed all of that, you're going to want to walk over to the console that is directly across from the ground assault one, and it should be labeled as Murex Raid, and you're going to want to click into that and go ahead and launch the raid. Once you load in, you're going to want to hop into the driver's seat, or whoever is going to be driving the railjack will start driving. You will have an uplink satellite already attached to your railjack. The one thing to note is that while you do have the uplink satellite attached, you can't use the normal guns on your front portion of your railjack. You can still use the side ones, but just not the normal ones that you get if you are driving. Now, another thing to note is that while you have this uplink satellite, you do need to make sure that you are keeping it and your railjack alive, because if it dies, well, then the mission is over. You're going to have a waypoint, and you're just going to want to bring that satellite over to the waypoint. Now, a few things to note. This is a multi-part wave, if you will, kind of like how we talked about in the ground assault video. This has a few different parts to it as well. And the other thing to note is, while the ground assault was meant to be a little bit more solo player friendly, this they haven't balanced for the solo player. You could probably manage it if you know exactly what you're doing and you have the like the perfect loadout and your railjack is super beefy, but it is recommended for at least 2 people, probably 3 to 4 would be best, given that it gets sweatier and sweatier as you progress through it. Now, once you go ahead and reach the location for the uplink satellite, it will be released from your ship, and you will have use of your front guns again. And then it is also going to let you know where you need to bring your ship in order to launch into the ship that you will be boarding in just a minute. So once you reach that ship location and you go ahead and leave your ship, you can either use the sling up top or just exit, really however you're most comfortable doing it. You're gonna want to enter on into the sentient ship. Once you're in, you'll be given a waypoint, and once you reach that waypoint, you're going to want to drop an uplink to it. Now, you're just going to want to basically babysit that uplink while you get the 9 kill codes uploaded to you. The big thing to note here is that depending on how long it takes the ground assault team to send you the 9 uplink codes will depend on how long you're there. So they are literally tied together. So if there aren't a lot of ground assault teams going, or there are a ton of people doing the railjack version of this mission, this might take you a little bit of time. So just bear that in mind when you're budgeting how much time you have in order to do this mission. Now, if you are not part of the boarding party, you are going to be hanging out on the railjack and protecting it from, well, other boarders. These sentients will board the ship and can also attack the ship depending on where you parked it, so you are going to have to remain vigilant. Depending on what wave you're on will depend on how many sentients you get boarding and attacking your ship. Now, once you have all of the 9 kill codes and the uplink is complete, you will be auto-warped back to your ship, and then it is time to go ahead and pick up another uplink satellite. It will give you a waypoint and let you know where to go to pick that up, and then it is simply a rinse and repeat of the first round. Now, I believe you only have to do 2 rounds before they give you the go-ahead that you can extract. However, we had to start doing the 3rd round and like heading over to the uplink satellite before Little Duck came up and was like, hey, you're good to go. And we got the mission complete screen. So that is something to bear in mind, that if it doesn't do it right away, just start the 3rd round. Or you could keep going with a full 3rd round if you'd like, of course. Now, in order to extract from this mission, you are going to want to head over to the navigation and just head up back to the Scarlet Spear flotilla. You don't want to do that until you get the all clear from Little Duck and that you see the mission complete screen kind of pop up and you see what some of your bonus rewards are. Otherwise, you will have failed the mission and you won't get anything that you earned. Now, just another thing to note is that just like with the ground assault, the amount of kill codes that you upload per an uplink are actually going to determine how many points that you get. Now, it does incrementally increase per the number of oplinks that you do. So, for instance, your first set of kill codes for the first oplink is going to be a specific set of points, and then the second oplink that you drop at the second location, those kill codes that you upload are going to be worth a little bit more, and that just continues to increase as you go through and keep going. One important thing to note is that whatever your score is at the end of the mission is how many Scarlet Coin you're going to get. Now, Scarlet Coin can be spent at Little Duck Store on the Flotilla and only the Flotilla. Their Fortuna Store does not accept that currency and has a different set of inventory. Now, in the Little Duck Store on the Flotilla, there are sigils available. There are 2 new weapons. There are a few different orbiter decorations, and of course, there are arcanes. Now, one thing to note is that if you are doing this at the start of Scarlet Spear, not all of the arcanes are available to start. They did say that they will be adding in more arcanes as the event goes, but at the initial get-go, they did have a smaller selection. So if you are looking for a particular arcane, make sure you keep checking back at Little Duck Store to see when it becomes available. But y'all, that's pretty much it. That is how you complete a Murex raid during Operation Scarlet Spear. I hope that this helped if you were having any trouble completing the event. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave it in the comments down below, or find me on Twitch. I do stream a whole heck of a lot and always happy to help when and where I can. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your night and or day, depending on where you are in the world, and I will catch you next time. Bye, guys.